Now this is Hatsune Miku, a virtual idol, and these are her friends. Miku and friends are what we call Vocaloids, or voice banks if we're being literal. Now there's a good chance you've heard the question on what anime is Vocaloid from or what anime is Hatsune Miku in. Most Vocaloid fans would answer is that they are not from an anime, which is technically right. However, the better answer would be is that they are not from an anime, but she is, or they are in an anime. So you might ask, what's the difference? Actually, what the heck is a Vocaloid first off? So to put it simply, Vocaloids are voice synthesizers in which the users must input the melody and the lyrics, and are thus utilized to make songs. In other words, Vocaloid is an instrument that can give birth to songs. Now some Vocaloid producers would create a series of songs, which some of them get adapted into different mediums. Eventually, a few of these get an anime. We'll be going through some of these so-called Vocaloid animes all spoiler free, so sit back, relax, grab your Miku plushies, and enjoy! Oh, and help us start the YouTube channel with a like and sub, please. So what better way to start this video by going back through the classics? Black Rock Shooter is a multimedia franchise ranging from games, an OVA, and 2 anime series. Each of these games and animes follow a different storyline, with neither of them being tied to one another. However, the common theme with all of them is that they tackle human emotion, and of course, anime girls with big guns. Starting out back in 2007 when Japanese illustrator Fuke posted an artwork of a dark palette, long-haired girl with a science-looking eye and a rock cannon, her name being Black Rock Shooter. While she may look like Hatsune Miku, Fuke stated that she is not a Miku variant. However, this character inspired Supercell's lead, Ryo, also known for other Vocaloid classics like World Is Mine and Melt, to create the song of the same name. After that, the franchise expanded when Animation Studio, or DET, made an OVA of the series released on July 24, 2010, which later on got an 8-episode anime series by the same name released in 2012. Both of them followed the cast of characters dealing with emotional and mental conflicts. These conflicts would then be represented with each character having their own counterpart called the other self, while all clashing against each other in some sort of alternate world, the Hollow World. While both series follow the same cast such as Mato, Yomi, Yu, and their other selves, they have no plot connection to each other. I would also like to mention how it was nice to hear Miku in an anime opening for the first time, which was something I did not expect to hear. Later in 2022, another anime series called Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall was released. This series takes place in 2062 with a post-apocalyptic setting. It follows Empress, Deadmaster, and Strength, whom we knew as the other selves from the previous series. They would try to save the world from Artemis, an artificial intelligence. I can't really add much to this as I actually haven't watched Dawnfall yet, and from what I heard, it has a lot of freaky stuff in it that may be a bit unwholesome for the kids to see. The Kagero Project, also known as Kagero Days, Mekakucity Actors, or Kagero for short, is another multimedia franchise with Vocaloid producer Jin. It features a series of songs over 3 albums, with some of them having music videos, a light novel, a manga, and the anime, Mekakucity Actors. They all follow a different plotline, aka routes, for lore reasons. Also, unlike Black Rock Shooter, I wouldn't say they are entirely disconnected. It follows a group of teenagers called the Mekakucity who possess these unusual powers called eye abilities, turning their eyes red whenever their ability is in use. While this power brings them superhuman powers such as invisibility, mind reading, and being able to draw attention to everyone nearby, these powers can be a curse to them due to them being uncontrollable at first, which brought an unfortunate past to each of these miserable teenagers. Mainly set on August 15th, the series follows the Mekakucity adventures on uncovering the secret behind their powers, going against this big bad villain, and their journey with multiple time loops. Kagero started out as a series of Vocaloid songs posted on Nico Nico, with Jin's first song as a music producer, Jinzu Enemy, also marked the beginning of the series. The series started to grow more as more songs became a big hit, such as Kagero Days, aka Road Safety PSA. With this success, more mediums came to be and later on an anime was made. The anime, Mekakucity Actors, is produced by Animation Studio Shaft, which aired in 2014. The anime can be considered to be the final route of the series, and therefore it is recommended that you consume the other media before watching it, or at least have the knowledge about the series, especially the songs. The manga and light novels are also a great read and I absolutely recommend them. In addition to Mekakucity Actors, There is also a short anime film called Kagero Days in a Days. It is a 23-minute long film featuring another route covering the starting scene of the series, yet this time with more characters involved and a different ending. However, the timeline placement of this route is unclear and there is no official translation of the film, which only fan subs exist. Kagero has been one of my obsessions for the past year. The cast connected to me so much in such a familial and friendly way. The story hits all of my emotions, the art in the series is just beautiful, and of course, the songs are all absolutely bangers. In the future, I might make a standalone video talking about Kagero in more detail. Once again, I would recommend skipping straight to the anime as it will likely confuse you, unlike the manga and the light novel where you can understand mostly everything without prior knowledge. Unfortunately, the anime also suffers from fast pacing and animation issues, let's say. On the other hand, I'd also like to mention how the anime had covers in it, and I love how they included Iya in one of the covers. Outburst Dreamer Boys, also known as
10秒激発ボーイ
is an anime based on the song of the same name by Vocaloid producer Reru Lily. It is a short comedic anime about a group of high school boys called the Hero Club and the new transfer student Mizuki Hijiri. The club aims to help people around with their problems, taking on requests. Additionally, each member possesses some sort of power, also known as the power of delusion. The anime starts off with Noda, which is basically the Pokeball hat looking kid, begging the new transfer student to join the Hero Club. The thing is, Mizuki is a little different. Well, in the case that she's the only normal one compared to the rest of the Hero Club, who is chaotic and geeky as f***. The anime follows Mizuki trying to live off her school life normally in the presence of the antithesis of normal, the Hero Club. If you don't mind some comedic cringe and want a quick, fun, and light-hearted anime, then this anime is for you. While by no means it is a masterpiece, it's a good anime to just turn off your brain and have fun. Absolute peak! I love it when Miku said Keto that one time. Project Sekai, one of the popular Hatsune Miku games, made the movie called Colorful Stage, the movie, a Miku who can't sing, produced by PA Works. While it does not adopt any story from Project Sekai, nor is it confirmed to be canon, it still includes every character from the game, and nor in the end, the canonity didn't really matter. Released in 2005, the movie is literally about Hatsune Miku who can sing, in a sense that her voice can reach people for some reason, aka the people she wants to inspire. Not only that, but her Sekai, which is where she resides, seems to be all broken. Now of course, the entire Project Sekai gang would let this happen. With this, they would aim to help that Miku and let her voice be heard once again. My favorite part of this movie was when Emu said, "Wow Miku, that is such a colorful stage!" And to which Miku replied, "And that's because I projected my Sekai." Yeah, that totally happened, trust me. A common misconception about this film is that this is a Miku movie. While it is fair to call it that, calling it a Project Sekai movie would be a better description. It is more about the Project Sekai cast, including the Vocaloids, rather than just Miku alone, to which I found a lot of non-Pro Sekai players online having their confusions. While I may be biased, this is ironically one of my favorite movies of all time. I love seeing all of the cast together on the big screen, and especially this certain small long-haired composer. Hearing the songs live in the cinemas and having my favorite Vocaloid producers on the movie just solidified my love for the movie. However, I would still recommend knowing a bit about the in-game characters, the units, and their goals before heading onto this movie. Fortunately, you don't have to dig deep into the lore of Project Sekai to enjoy the movie. As long as you know the basics of the game lore, then I think you're good to go. Confession Executive Committee, or the Confession series, is a multimedia franchise composed by a music group Honeyworks. The series began as a group of songs, with the early songs being made with Vocaloids such as Miku, Gumi, Len, V-Flower, and Iya. It's about a group of 6 high school friends who tackle their love and friendship dilemmas. It also focuses on the conflict about how difficult it is to confess one's love, especially in their youth days, and maintaining relationships as they grow older. In 2019, an idol spin-off of the series featuring the same set of characters was made. This time, it focused more on the characters' idol life and less on their romantic side. So, how about the anime Sekai? Well, there's a lot to mention here. In 2016, a movie series began which covered certain arcs of the series. The first movie was called I've Always Liked You, followed by The Moment You Fall in Love. The following year, a 6-episode miniseries called Our Love Has Always Been 10 centimeters Apart, produced by animation studio Leijus, was made. The studio would later on make a return in 2022 to produce a full 12-episode anime called Heroines Run the Show. Going back to 2020, a prequel to the Idol spin-off series got a movie called Kono Sekai no Tanishimi Kata Secret Story Film, or How to Enjoy This World. I don't know if that's the official English name or not, I only got it from the wiki. So all in all, this franchise has tons of animated content that doesn't even count the songs and the light novels that the animes have adapted from. I also want to mention that I have also not watched nor touched the series much aside from researching and listening to some songs, so I can't really comment much on this franchise. So before I end this video, I want to mention some animes that I feel like deserve a good shout while not being directly tied to Vocaloid. One of them is Cosmic Princess Kaguya, which is a Netflix original anime that was produced by Studio Colorido, released recently on January 22, 2026. It is a musical anime which I would rather describe as beautiful. Now, where is the Vocaloid, you must ask? Well, I don't know, just watch the movie or something. Okay, but being for real, well, the movie itself is not based on any Vocaloid series, nor does it feature any Vocaloid characters or any presence of a voice bank. The movie features a good number of Vocaloid songs covered by the characters, including the iconic World Is Mine as seen in the trailers. Additionally, most of the songs are produced by known Vocaloid producers such as Ryo from Supercell, KZ, 40MP, and more. You can also find more of their covers on their YouTube channel. It is an absolute banger of a movie and I highly recommend it, even outside the Vocaloid stuff. Another honorable mention is Dropkick of My Devil, or Jashin-chan Dropkick, which is a comedy anime produced by Studio Nomad, adapting the manga by Yukiwo. It is about a demon named Jashin-chan who got summoned to the human world. However, her summoner, Hanazono Yurine, did not know how to bring her back to the demon world. Because of that, the two of them are forced to live together. How is it connected to Vocaloid again? Well, in the third season of the anime, Dropkick of My Devil X, there is a certain blue-dressed, leak-loving teenage girl by the name of Hatsune Miku. Does that name sound familiar to you? Well, it better be. Miku became a recurring character in the third season simply as a gag character. She would randomly appear in scenes doing like Miku stuff. She would always have her iconic leak, and like Evan Polka Miku fashion, it's just stuck there for most of the time. What differentiates this from the other anime that had Vocaloid cameos in it is the fact that Miku is always there. By that, I mean she's so recurring that she might as well be a character of the series. Now there's many more animes out there in which Miku or any other Vocaloids appear. For example, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian had World Is Mine as an ending, or Iya appeared in Kaguya-sama's Love Is War's manga. There are also a good number of Vocaloid songs and series out there that have not gotten an anime, like Goodbye Declaration, The Evilest Chronicles, The Light series, and just to name a few. Actually, you could even consider Deco Nina's Milgram with how each prisoner have their own Deco Nina song covers. All in all, Vocaloid has been growing massively, especially in recent years, and I won't be surprised if more Vocaloid anime started to bloom. Personally, I'm interested to see the rise of Vocaloid series once again, similar to Kagepro and The Evilest Chronicles. But for now, I am certain that Vocaloid will connect itself more with the anime medium. Anyways, that will be all for the video and thank you so much for sticking around. And like the obligatory YouTube ending, I am asking you to please do consider giving a like, subscribing, or even commenting your thoughts. That will be all and see you, Skyros!